Now, since the origin of power, we have seen a multitude of different federal agents, detectives, police officers, all of which have came and went in this franchise. We got some that got their dirty, but had it coming the whole time, let's be honest. Also got some that weren't the most liked, but still put their foot down when absolutely necessary. Because Lord knows a lot of these feds be getting duped. I'm example of one right here. We also got creeps that shared the same bed with minors at the time. And some that were so dumb you wonder how did they even get the badge to begin with. When I tell y'all, we have never met a fed in the Power universe that is more desperate and currently clueless than one Stacy Marks. I mean it. Since the very beginning of Power Book 4 Force, this lady has had the audacity to put her sights on one Tommy Egan. She has made it her goal since he entered the city to take him down. And since then, since season 1 of this series, has never come anywhere near close to doing that. Now, a lot of that is because of her incompetent team that she has around her. But as we've seen in just this last episode alone, a lot of the reason why she probably hasn't got Tommy is because of a poor decision making on her part too. Keeping the wrong people close, prioritizing the wrong thing, and just being too in over her head for whatever resume she has. I remember hearing some shorty earlier on in the season talking about, I mean, if we're being real, Stacy has the best chance of being mayor and actually keeping crime off the street. Brother, when has she shown to be capable of doing this? Yeah, it was Stacy and her team that arrested her if I'm not mistaken, but it was only because of Vic's recording that they were able to successfully do this. And then the arrest didn't even mean anything because in the last episode, she literally lets her go. You know what y'all gonna say? Well, J-Swap, did you not watch last episode? Made a deal where Claudia will get out of prison, and when she gets out of prison, Tommy Egan's gonna come after her. And when Tommy Egan comes after her, that's gonna be all that the task force needs to take Tommy in. Yeah, I know that play. I heard them come up with that play. Word for word, bar for bar. I was there for that whole conversation. I was there for the inception of that badass plan. Stacy, why on earth would you let Claudia out of jail when she's giving you nothing to earn this? Granted, she did say she would also testify against Ortega after getting Tommy locked up. But again, her getting Tommy locked up is not promised, Stacy. You've been struggling getting Tommy locked up this whole series. As I said earlier, you worked with Claudia earlier on this series on numerous occasions to try to get this one man locked up, and you still cannot do it till this very day. You think giving a criminal what they want is exactly what you need to do to make this happen? You think you can depend on the Claudia that has never given you any reason to put any trust in them before this? And giving this character freedom is going to directly enable you to get this man Tommy Egan. I'm sorry, that's just too big of a gamble for me. I'm not alone in feeling like that. This man, Bill Sang, definitely feel that exact same way. He was literally telling you that letting Claudia out was the wrong move. Though to be fair, this brother is playing both sides right now. Seemingly backing Stacy, but really being in Ortega's lawyer's pocket. Waiting for Stacy to fumble so you can now lead this organization. Organization that's steady losing credibility by the episode. You want to lead that. I know Stacy is bad, but off your actions in this episode alone, sir, I cannot say you would do much better. Whatever Ortega intends to do to you once he finds out that Claudia is back out in the street and now has the ability to testify against him, my thoughts and prayers will go out to you and your family at that time. Back to Stacy though, even Vic, Claudia's own brother, was telling you it wasn't a good idea to let Claudia out. And you still did. Your own CI, who at this point you really don't have a reason not to trust, even though you really should not be trusting this man if you was. A, because Vic ain't never give you no lick of real information on Tommy's organization. And two, because that brother is whipped right now, like real bad. He's out here putting drug money into your campaign through this shorty right here. Imagine that. More people on your team being absolutely clueless to the game that's actually being ran on them. Honestly speaking, right now, I can't tell if Vic really thinks he's gonna get away with this or not. But does he not think Stacy Marks is gonna get caught up on this shit? I generally do not know what be going through this boy's head. But yeah, you know, obviously funding an electoral campaign with drug money, it's not really the best way to go about doing it, as we've seen in Power in the past. So clearly we've addressed how clueless this character is. And we've already alluded to how desperate she is with letting Claudia out of jail. And she's failed her not once, but twice this season alone already. About to be 3 times by this next episode. Claudia has an elite success rate of not getting shit done in record time. That need to be studied for. Then you also got Vic running game on you. And because Vic's running game on you, you are actually in the back pocket of the man that you're trying to put in jail. That is crazy. In a way, I guess Walter would be proud of his kids for being able to dupe this task force like this. But also not really, because ironically enough, Tommy is enabling them to have this leverage over this task force. So really, once again, Tommy Egan has another leg up on the Flynn family as he's had throughout this whole series. Ironically enough, there is a way you could look at this situation to see that Tommy is actually doing Stacy a favor. By taking Claudia up off the board, she can no longer testify against Ortega. Sang still probably dies for not informing Chen that this was all going down. But Stacy, you might be alright. Because if Claudia manages to testify against Ortega, he's going to find out what Fed let her out of prison. And at that point, let's be honest, there's no reason why your ass will not also be grabbed. I mean, at least when it comes to characters like Ghost and Tariq, they had their own Tate and Sack. They can leverage directly and use when they needed them most. But at the same time, it wasn't a one-way street. Tate knew when to come to Ghost for that bread. And Sacks, to a very, very much lesser degree, was able to come to Tariq and leverage Tasha and also an alive Lauren to get information to him about whatever case he was working. Stacy Marks got none of that from Tommy. Tommy literally has his woman Stacy Marks in his back pocket and she doesn't even know it. I don't even know if these two have had a conversation this whole series yet. Tate and Sacks' credit, at least they knew the monster they was dealing with. Stacy really has no clue at all. She's about to be in for a very rude awakening soon when she find out who Tommy Egan really is. That's all I got for y'all for this video, man. Let me know what y'all think about Stacy Marks. Was I a little too harsh on her in this video, you think? How do you see her story ended in this final season of Force? Leave all your thoughts in the comments. I'll be your host, Jay We'll be entertained, and we gonna talk soon. Peace, y'all.